guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'll show you how to do 3 Christmas cards in 5 minutes each. They will be quite easy and simple, and I believe very fun. Aside of watercolors, I will be using this micron pen, ink pen, so you can basically use any pen you have, maybe a gel pen or a black marker. Just make sure it's waterproof, and if it's not, use watercolors first and then on top draw with your marker. Don't paint over the marker. And I also did make a sketch for myself just to have an idea where to place everything. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll start with pre-wetting my paper, and well, I guess I will not pre-wet the entire paper. I will leave a border that I did not pre-wet because that part is the part I don't want to paint, and I will leave my paints to bleed, so just keep the part next to the border of your paper. Then I'm using blue, and first card is gonna be Azure blue and turquoise blue, mix of those two colors, and today I am using white knights. And as you can see, I'm just tapping in with my brush here and there, not trying to paint one even same wash or just add my colors in one same place. I'm just tapping in with my brush, and right now I'm just turning around my paper because the paper is still wet. There is a lot of water on it. The paint is bleeding around it. This one I will leave aside and move on to my next card, and I will do the background. I will do in completely same way. Pre-wet the paper, leave the borders not wet, and then mix in some Mother Lake Red Light and Cadmium Yellow Medium, and then again tapped in here and there that pinkish color. And again, I'm not making one same even wash. I'm just adding paint here and there. Also, I am leaving some parts white because I do want it when it dries. I do want some parts to stay white. Also, I'm tapping in with the paper onto my table so the paint can spread more beautifully and naturally. And then moving on to the third card, again same thing, pre-wetting the paper. This time I will be using chromium green, I guess, chromium oxide actually that is, and I do like that color. It's a beautiful earthy color, and again tapping in here and there, leaving some spots white. And when I finish with that, I will just tap in with my paper just to spread the paint a little bit around. You can here play around with your background. You can use salt, maybe add it to make those beautiful also texture on your paper. You can do some clean water sprinkles, or maybe sprinkles with a white gouache, or maybe some other color. Just play with the background as you like. I left it to dry completely, and then when it dried, I moved on to my second step, and that is doing the sketch, or just ink with the ink pen, not really a sketch, but my drawing. And first I'm gonna draw a snowman, and I drew his head, then his head, his body, and I'm gonna do a scarf going all the way from his head down to the end of his body. And just as you can see, I'm just doodling whatever I feel like it, and that is actually, this is fun, so that is what you should do, just doodle. I did make a little mistake. I forgot that I'm gonna do a scarf, even though I do have a sketch made for myself, and I drew the entire circle for his head. Now I'm trying to cover that up with my drawings, and it's not really working completely, so just be careful when you draw his head and his body, just to leave that part not drawn, or maybe you should draw his scarf first and then his head and his body. This is it for now with the sketch. Then I moved on to my second drawing, to my second card, and here I'm doing some balls, Christmas decoration. And again, as you can see, I'm not really trying to make them perfect, so you don't have to make them perfect. This is fun, so you know, just don't make a big fuss out of it. Just doodle whatever you feel like it. And I'm doing the top of them, and then I will add on also a couple of bows on top of it, and wiggly lines for the hangings. And that's basically it. Some shadowing on the balls and quite simple doodling. As I said, if you're using a marker that it's not waterproof, you should maybe skip this step or do your sketch with just pencil, and then later on when you finish completely with watercolors, go on top with your marker, because you don't want your marker to spread all around and to bleed all around. Just if you don't have waterproof marker, do your doodling at the end when you finish everything and you're sure that you won't add any more water on top of it. Then when finished with the second one, I moved on to the third one, and I'm gonna draw a couple of trees. My second tree is actually looking as though it is behind the first tree, but it is lower than the first tree. So it does look quite, well, not really possible, I guess. But you know, why not? This is a fun doodle, so I'm gonna do whatever I want. If that's something that annoys you, you should make it shorter and finish a little bit above the first one, and it will look a little bit more believable. But if not, if you don't worry about that, like I don't, you just want to have fun, well, you can do whatever you like. Then some garnish or some decoration on my tree, and I will draw a couple of more stars, and with that the second simple one is also done. Now I'm going back to my first one and doing the third step. I'm adding a little bit more of the pigment on the Snowman because I do want it to stand out a little bit, and without that it just looks more, I guess, very boring and flat. So I am adding a little bit more of the pigment, that blue I used earlier. I will also add a little bit of indigo and then some black on the top of it, and just to make some shadows and to make that snowman a little bit, well, more interesting. And you know, when I'm looking at it right now, it looks like a Smurf, you know, blue snowman, definitely like Smurf. And I was just laughing looking at it later on when I finished that. I thought to myself, oh my god, my snowman is a Smurf snowman. But you know, again, just having fun. And I will also add a little bit of yellow, Cadmium Yellow Medium, and also some Cadmium Red Light to his scarf, just to make the distinction between the snowman and his scarf, and also to his nose. I'll paint his nose in Cadmium Red Light. And then to finish it off with the paint, I will add some sprinkles in black and also in white gouache. Moving on to the second card, again adding a little bit more of the pigments in the place where my shadows are, and again I'm using Mother Lake Red Light, and on top of it I will add just a little bit of Cadmium Yellow Medium, just to add in a second color to this card, also to make it just a little bit more interesting. And then on top of it all, I will add a little bit of black and then finish it off with some black sprinkles and white gouache sprinkles. Last color details to the third one also. I'm adding just a little bit more of that Chromuim Oxide on on one side where my, well, I suppose shadows are, and also I will add a little bit of Cadmium Yellow Medium, and on top of it sprinkle some black and also white gouache. to finish it off, I did add a border around my card with the same ink pen. I'm sorry, my camera stopped, so it was not recorded. I just made it a broken wiggly line, nothing special. And then just do the text to the cards. First one I did Happy Holidays, second one Merry Christmas, and the third one Snowman, Let It Snow, and on top of it added a little bit more white sprinkles. And with that I'll be finishing off these cards. I hope you guys do like them. If you do like them, I do have an older video also. I will link it down in the description box so you can go ahead and check it out. And if you do like this video, please hit the like button, share it, comment, and if you haven't still, well, please subscribe to my channel. That would really mean a lot to me. And maybe consider joining my channel. There is a join next to the subscribe. Maybe click on it, listen to the offer, and decide. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!